for joining Vahini Sudhamruta. Today we will be discussing about Ekam Sath Vipra Bahuda Vadanti from Satyasai Vahini. Sairam, we will start the session with the 3 Omkaram, 3 Sai Gayatri and prayer to Swami. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Swami, we are continuing Vahini Sudhamruta. Today, as part of Satya Sai Vahini, we are going to discuss Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. On this concept, Swami, we are going to discuss. Swami, please be with us. Please speak through us. Please listen through us. Our humble salutations at your lotus feet, Swami. Saira. Sairam, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining Vahini Sudhamruta. We will start the session with the concept Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen.
This side.
Swami is very clearly start all his discourses, his Vachanamrita with Prema Swarupulara, Divyatma Swarupulara. So it's clearly indicates, Swami very clearly indicates that one Satyam is there, one Divyatma is there, one Paramatma is there, one Prematma. He might be called in different names, but he is the only one. He is the only one Paramatma. That Paramatma is only the Satyam. Ekam Sat. Only one Satyam is there. Only one truth. Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The wise, whoever the devotees, whoever the wise, whoever the jignasis, whoever the artis, all are seeing this Satyam, this truth in different forms on different names. They might be looking at different forms, different names, but the only one is the Satyam. The truth is only one. That is only one Paramatma. This is what going to emphasize. This phenomena is going to be described in this session, and also it has been described in depth, in detail in Satyasai Vahini, particularly in chapter 3 and chapter 5. Now we will go and in detail we will discuss how all these forms, all these particular names, whatever that we are seeing, are one. If it is one, why we are seeing in different forms, why we are having different experiences, why our mind continuously wavering into different forms, and what is the reason, what is the reason behind of seeing all one truth as different forms. If you know the reason, then what need to be done, what are all the actions that we have to take to come into one particular form and to connect to that particular form and ensure that this is the Satyam, and then merge into that particular form. How we will go ahead. All these concepts we will discuss today. Hope I am audible. Let's start with the first, the Padyam, what Swami has told. Many Padyams are Swami has told. We picked up one particular Padyam. మతములన్నీయు వేరు మార్గంబు ఒక్కటే వస్త్రభేదంబు వేరు వస్త్రం ఒక్కటే శృంగారములు వేరు బంగారమొక్కటే పశుల వన్నెలు వేరు పాలు ఒక్కటే జీవజాతులు వేరు జీవుండు ఒక్కడే జాతి నీతులు వేరు జన్మంబు ఒక్కటే పూజాతులు వేరు పూజ ఒక్కటే. Swami very clearly explains in 4 to 5 stanzas the whole Satyam, whatever the truth is there, who is the embodiment of that truth is Sri Satya Sai Baba, who gives very clearly, like in 4 to 5 sentences, just he will tell about the truth. Religions are many, but their path is the same. Religions are many, but the path is same. There might be different clothes, looks like unique, but all are made by the thread, same thread. Different ornaments are made, but it is made by the same gold. There might be different animals, basically. The cows look in a different colors, but the milk is always same. It is the same life in all beings, no matter whatever the social status it is. It is the same life in all the beings, starting from 1 to 100. In that 100 years, some will go in 50, 60, 70, 20, whatever the number. The living beings are the same, but but whatever the status it is, social status, but the life is the same. I mean, the prana, whatever it is there, the jiva who is there inside is the same. How many flowers will be there? Different colors of flowers, different types of smells it may smell. But while doing puja, you will treat each one as the same. So Swami clearly telling this, there might be different forms, but the truth is one. In Satya Sai Vahini, Swami very clearly talk about the one alone. As you all know, Satya Sai Vahini, prior to that, there are 2 Vahinis, which is Bharatiya Paramartha Vahini, and the second one Swami started in the name of Satya Sai Vahini. And over a period of time, it has been merged and it is very clearly mentioned as Satya Sai Vahini. In this Satya Sai Vahini, Swami has elaboratedly discussed about the Bharatiya Paramartha. What is Bharatiya? So here in chapter 3, Swami is very clearly telling the one alone, Ekeshwara. In this one alone, Swami is very clearly telling that the Indians, the Bharatiyas, grown up in the culture of India, have deep faith in the equality of all faiths. Starting from the Vedic period till today, the Bharatiyas who are grown up in this culture of Bharatiya have deep faith in equality, in the equanimity of all the religions, all the faiths, whether it is Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Zoroastrianism, or Christianity, they believe that no one should talk lightly of the worship of the God. Let us take some examples in the living examples, basically. Say for one person who is a business, doing a marketing management and doing a kind of a business marketing person, business person, staying in New York, Manhattan, and that guy who's returned to is going coming for the holidays to India, who belongs to a West Bengal state, he will go to his village. The moment he turned up, he reached his village, his attire will change. The way how he looks, his attire will change. His cultural activities will, his cultural things will come. He will go to his village goddess and do the pranam. Same person has a kind of, he go to one particular temple, he want to go and visit to that temple because he has that urge. He will go to the Jammu and then he will visit the Vaishno Mata temple. He will complete that visit and he will see the Vaishno Mata in the same manner. He'll come back, he will have a good time with the family, and he'll go back to his work to the New York. Take another example, a scientist, a NASA scientist who took a vacation coming back to Kerala. The moment he come to the Kerala village or the town, he will get his with the family with his own style of things, and he will go to the Udupi Krishna temple or Guruvayur temple, the Krishna's temple, and then he will pray him in the same way, and he will visit his own village temple in the same way, and he will have his own understanding. Same person have a kind of understanding, and then he will go to the Ajmer Dargah because he has a connectivity in his village. There are some other religion, the Islam religion has some practices which he has attracted during his childhood. So he has a connect. So he will go to the Ajmer Dargah and he will do the prayer there also because he has that kind of connect. A software professional who is working in Texas, an Andhra guy or Andhra, the software professional, he'll come back to his vacation in his state. He will go to Tirupati Balaji. He will spend a good time with the family. He will also go to Shirdi Sai Baba temple. He will go to Shirdi. He will see the Shirdi Sai in the same way how he saw, how he prayed in Tirupati Balaji temple. Same way he will pray, he will connect, and then he will finish all his vacation and he will go back. This is a very, very common thing which will be happening across India every year, every day. I took America as one of the starting location and destination as in India, and then they are going back to their work. It could be from across the world. People might be working in Japan, people might be working in UK, people might be working in West Asia, different religions of Bharatiyas come back to their home, spend good time with the family, and they will connect to their like-minded or liking gods or connected gods in different forms, in different places. They will go there, have a good time, connect with him, and they will come with a happy mind, go back to their work. This is what happening in India, right? In the exit. So if you look into now, you look into the statement, whether it is Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Zoroastrianism, Christianity, they believe that no one should talk lightly on the worship of the God. Yes, they will not talk lightly. The South Indian who is doing a worship trip to Kashi, they also go to Gaya. They also visit Buddha Gaya. They won't treat Buddha as a separate. The persons who are taking the Diksha of Ayyappa Mala, they also go to other religious worship place. There they will pray and they'll go. Because there is a kind of connectivity in the tradition. So that is the reason they will not take lightly to the worship of the God. This is what Swami has very clearly told. They believe that when anyone talks lightly of any one of the names or God or any of the forms of the God whom others adore, they are insulting the one God. It's a very profound statement what Swami. See, Swami is talking about Bharatiyas, the man who follow the Bharatiya Paramartha. They believe that when anyone talks lightly of any one of the names of the God or any of the forms of the God whom others adore, they are insulting the one God. So the Bharatiyas will not take lightly. It is they treat the Shirdi Sai form and they treat the Tirupati Balaji form in the equal manner. While they are coming to the vacation itself, they will have a plan. I will go to Shirdi and spend one day there. I'll go to Tirupati and then I will spend one day. And I vote to this particular form that I'm giving the no, I'm transferring my hair, and at the same time I want to have a clean shave. And I have a vote to the Shirdi Sai that I am going to do some prasada seva or some dhan seva that I want to do that. All that they are going to do that. So this was the message very clearly held forth by the Indian way of spiritual life. Those who have learned this truth and adhere to it are the real sons and daughters of India. Swami has very clearly told. And we see that whether they are devotees or not, they are in the path of something is there. Whoever is in that particular path, you will see all these things are happening here. So Swami very clearly explained the Paramartha. You are going through the different temples seeing that. But again, you are seeing the form and praying. But what Swami is telling is, in all these things, whoever is residing, in all these names, in all these forms, the truth is one. That is, Paramatma is one only. You might be worshipping him in different forms. So then we will go into the actual concept, the Ekam Sath Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. So Swami is very clearly telling that though you are visiting this many areas, this many forms you are seeing, this many names you are listening, only one Paramatma, because everything is emerging from him. Everything is merging into him. Today, when sending the announcement, along with that, one video has been sent. Very clearly in that video, we'll talk about everything when you are getting into a complete merging form, the form, whatever the truth is saying, that is Paramatma. Namami Shanam Ishanam Nirvana Rupam. Nirvana Rupam means when you are completely coming out of that state, the one you are seeing is the same Paramatma, only one Paramatma. Because this whole universe is emerges from the truth and merges back into the truth, the same Paramatma. There is no place where you cannot feel the power of truth. Everywhere, wherever we see, we can able to see very clearly. He is the love pervading across the universe, the Paramatma pervading across the universe. Everyone is an embodiment of God. There is only one and no second entity. For me, very clearly, very profoundly saying that. See, this particular concept we have to imbibe, like how we are imbibing the single pointedness, one pointedness. Likewise, this is Ekam Sath Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, is one God has to be established very clearly and installed in the heart. So that is what your truth. Swami is very clearly telling this. Everyone is an embodiment of God. There is only one and no second entity. It is not truth but illusion, but if you see duality, multiplicity. Whether it can be a mosquito or an ant or an elephant or a mountain, everything is God. Truth is one, but scholars explain it in a different ways. So whatever is happening in this universe, whatever is emerged from Paramatma, is merging back into Paramatma, which is nothing but completely all are the forms of the Paramatma. So the Paramatma is the only one. He doesn't have, he might be treated as known in different ways. He might be explained in different ways. He might be shown in different forms. He might be called in different names. But truth is, but Paramatma is only one. We saw in the Narasimha Avatara very clearly when Hiranyakashpa asked Prahlada, is your God everywhere? Then very clearly Prahlada says, yes, he is pervading across the universe. He is the embodiment of love. He is everywhere. Then he will ask, is he there in this particular pillar? Then he will hit the pillar. Whenever the Prahlada says, yes, he is there in that pillar also, then he will hit the pillar and the Narasimha will come and then he will establish the dharma. So we have a great story, the Bhakta Prahlada, who is giving the jnana to his own father, biological father. And when he asked this, whether this God is pervading across the universe. And he will say in every atom he is there. And then we saw the fourth avatara, Narasimha avatara. Swami come out like Narasimha and then he will establish the dharma. So how he has come out as an avatara Purusha? Swami has tells very clearly, the heart must be kept pure to see God. Clear your heart. Then you would realize that God is in everyone. Whenever we understand this particular truth that only the God is, the only one God is there, there is only one Paramatma who is in different forms, and you establish that Paramatma in one particular form or whether it is in Sakara or Nirakara, if you established and install in your heart, then your heart will become pure, your mind will become pure, then you will see everything, realize that everything is God. So that's why the Prahlada able to call him, because he has been installed in his heart as Narayana. And the moment he called the Narayana, then he came out from a pillar as a Narasimha Avatara, and Swami taken the course of action, and then he established the Dharma. So it's very clear saying that whatever the form that we are seeing, whatever the different way of forms we are seeing, names we are hearing, and we are calling or praying, all are one, and only one Paramatma is the. So the question will come, why? Okay, these are all like a Paramatma. Why I am feeling different ways? Why I am feeling differences in oneness due to why I'm seeing the difference? When I see Anjaneya, when I see Hanuman, I treat him as a great devotee. Again, I will treat him as a kind of a great devotee of Lord Rama. Also, I treat him as a kind of a God. When I see Rama, Lord Sri Rama, why I'm seeing as a kind of with a family, with all the family which I'm looking at is Lord Sri Rama, Sita as a different. When I see Lord Krishna, again I'm coming into the Mahabharata's lineage, and then I'm thinking about him as Lord Krishna, and then all his leelas are coming inside my mind. If I see if I see Jesus, again I'm coming to the Jesus, and then related to that particular, and the geographical and related things are coming into my mind. Why I'm not able to see everyone treating him as a different way? Because those differences are coming in the mind, because our mind is ruled by our past actions, also couple of current actions. The law of karma, the sanchita karmas, the prarabdhas, the way how we are molding our mind is treating these names and forms in a different way. And this mind is basically because of that past karmas and the present karmas is showing the differences between those forms and names. That is the reason the differences are coming in the mind. Swami very clearly told in the chapter 5 of Satya Sai Vahini. Creation involves putting substances together. What is put together must come apart in course of time and get liberated. God is not the cause of these differences. God is not the cause of these differences. They are the consequences of the acts indulged by the individual in lives before the present one. So whatever the sanchita karmas, what we have done in the previous life, also impacting our mind. And the present, the mindset is also whatever it is happening. So they result in happiness and misery, health and handicaps. Diversities were approved for the sake of practical applications of spiritual powers and potentials. So there is no need for factionalism and fights. The diversities are also only superficials. They are not real. So if I go to Jerusalem and then see and sit and pray, if I go to Mecca as part of my Hajj Yatra and then sit there or do the Pradakshina there, Parikrama is same. If I come to Tirupati Balaji and do the Parikrama there is the same. I sit in the Prashanti Nilayam in the Kulwant Hall is the same. So if we see the diversities, if we feel the diversity, then that is superficial. It is not real. If you feel the same understanding and have one faith and treat the God, Paramatma in everywhere as same, then only it is real. So Swami is very clearly telling in Satya Sai Vahini, again I'm reiterating in the chapter 5, it can be asserted that faith of Indians is the one faith that accepts or reverses all and reverse all faith. All those who bear the name Hindu must believe in them and shape their lives in Vedantic thoughts. How? Why? Because you are not. The Bharatiyas do not insist that everyone must be bound to one attitude. Go to the villages, the one who are doing a mela, one goddess will be there or a god will be there. He might be a village god, he might be a Khandoba of Maharashtra, he might be a Maremma of Tamil Nadu, he might be a Sunkulamma of or Pochamma of Andhra Pradesh. She might be Ellamma of Karnataka. The village, if the village goddess, there might be a mela will be happening. People will have a different attires, define different sounding mechanisms, different types of things. I'm just talking about the reality, what is happening in everywhere. Uh, but the different attitudes. So when you are going for a praying for a god, Bharatiyas never insisted that everyone must be bound to one attitude. Different times. One person will maintain a complete silence. One particular god will have a different attire and have a diksha. So you are not bound to one particular attitude. That is the reason Bharatiyas has not insisted everyone. If you look into a different cultural aspects of different uh, countries or cultural areas, wherever it is there, they bound to one particular attitude. It is Bharatiyas are not like that. The eternal universal dharma or religion is taught by the Vedas. So for us is the source mantra is Veda. Very clearly, we discussed about the Veda, Vedanta, right? The Vedas are concerned with the expound upon the supreme person who created the universe. We have very clearly explained in various Upanishads, in various stanzas of in various slokas with various mantras in Veda, very clearly told only one God is there. Right? Ishavashopanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Mundaka, Mandukya, everywhere it has been very clearly told. Only one supreme person, he is the one. So for us is the Vedas, Bharatiyas follows the Vedas. So in this Vedas very clearly told, Vedahametam Mahantam, Purusham Mahantam, Adityavarnam, Tamasastupare. We will go and then we will discuss the later part. For spiritual exploration and discovery, there can be no qualification like wealth and disqualification like poverty. This sutra very clearly has been mentioned. and it is very much has been implemented. Wherever you go, whichever the temple you go, whichever the god you worship, it is nowhere related to the caste creed and economy and all such kind of social evils will not come into the mind while you are praying to the god. Bharatiyas do not accept the belief held by the people belonging to the other countries that the universe was manifested by few thousands years ago and that it will be destroyed forever at some future date. Swami clearly mentioned about these 5 points. Why he mentioned these 5 points? As a Bharatiyas, we we always, though it has a different attitudes are there, though there are different way of different beliefs are there, we always believe that one Paramatma, that is only has been explained in Vedas very clearly. So it is very clear saying that the differences are coming in our mind means it is because of our past actions and the present actions. Because of Sanchita Karma and Prarabdha only, you are able to see the difference between the one God and other God, and then you are treating him is also a different way, and treating him as also like different traditionals with the different traditions. Whatever the tradition, whatever the the attitude, whatever the way it is coming, if you treat him as one God, then it is the spiritual wisdom. How to gain that kind of spiritual wisdom? Swami very clearly telling that first to come out of that differences, she is goddess, he is God, he is the guru, he is the devotee, then become God. Such kind of differences, to come out of all such kind of differences, first you understand your true self first. Understand your true self first. So the discourse 22nd October 1995, Swami very clearly told, it must be realized that difficult to secure human birth. Having acquired this privilege, human beings should not be content with what is seen by the physical eyes. Man should acquire Jnana Netra, the eyes of wisdom. Man is the embodiment of the eternal truth. He is the embodiment of Satchit Ananda. So clearly, Swami is telling that Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham, you have taken the human birth. When you are seeing whatever the world, not only look into a kind of physical eyes, you need to open your wisdom. That eyes, that with that wisdom only you have to see whatever the differences that you are experiencing is because of your past actions and your polluted mind. We have to clear that. Cleanse, do the cleaning of the mind, do the cleaning of the thoughts basically, and then see then you will able to realize the truth. Then only we can experience the Satchit Ananda. Swami is very clearly telling that, say, the man who can get rid of the attachment and hatred, egoism and acquisitiveness will recognize this such his Satchit Ananda. How to find the true self, how to understand ourself, is the man who can get rid of attachment and hatred. The moment I saw some other religion picture, person, or some other religious or the other form of the God, if you are getting any kind of hatredness or any kind of dissatisfaction, we should get rid of that. The man who can get rid of attachment and hatred, egoism and acquisitiveness, will recognize his Satchit Ananda. And Swami very clearly told, what you should seek from God is Satchit Ananda and not trivial things relating to the world. All things are included in that Ananda, supreme bliss. Always seek for the spiritual, what always with upliftment, spiritual upliftment, and always seek His presence in your heart. Always seek He to be there in your mind, that He is the only one, that is only truth, that is Satchit Ananda. That's what Swami is very clearly means. All actions should be done wholeheartedly. Manasa vacha karmana. This was explained, is explained by total devotion of the Gopikas to Krishna. This is what explained very clearly and also practiced by the Gopikas. This realization can only come when who removes the three-layered cloak that covers the Atma in the form of the three gunas, tamas, rajas, sattva. So whoever is coming out of this tamas, rajas, sattva, whoever is practicing to come out of this tamas, rajas, sattva, whoever is in the path of removal of this tamas, rajas and enjoying the sattva, they will understand the self. They can enjoy the bliss of Swami. They can recognize, they can establish the Paramatma as one in their hearts. Swami very clearly telling that understand the self and then develop the spiritual oneness. Swami gave some beautiful examples. On 25th December, the narration in the 25th December discourse. There will be numerous waves, innumerable waves arise from the vast ocean. The waves appear to differ in the form of one another, but these multifarious waves are not different from the sea ocean. Likewise, innumerable beings which you see in this boundless cosmos appear to be different from one another, but all of them emerged from the same cosmic source whose form is Satchit Ananda. Such a beautiful example. When you are seeing the whole ocean, but at the seashore, you will see so many waves coming up. Innumerable waves come and then go back into the sea. But it is the same sea, same water is appearing as waves. And each wave will have different in size and volume and the thickness. And it will come like, very furiously it will come up and then it will go back into the ocean. All that, whatever the drama is happening at the seashore, is same as like a cosmic sea. It is happening the same in the same cosmic sea also. It is happening the same. It looks like humongous galaxies is coming up, humongous stars are coming up. Again, it is disappearing in the same cosmic sea. Every moment it is happening in this whole cosmic sea. But these are all emerged, like how the waves emerged from the sea. The same cosmic, whatever is happening in the cosmic seas also is emerged from the Paramatma and again merging into Paramatma. We started in the same way. So Swami is very clearly telling that this has been explained in the Vedas very clearly. Bharatiya philosophy, culture, sacred way of life pervade and shine like an undercurrent in all religions. The behavior, the thought process, everything will be the same as an undercurrent. Bharatiya culture has affirmed the profound Vedic truth. Eko vasi sarva bhutantaratma. It is one spirit that dwells in all beings. It is the only one. We know that in Ishavasyopanishad, right? Eko vasi sarva bhutantaratma ekam bahuda karomi. Tamatmastam manvasyanti dhira. Like that, the sloka will go on. It is the one spirit that dwells in all beings. Swami very clearly told that is what the Ekatma Bhava. The Ekatma Bhava will come when you see the truth is one, when you realize the truth is one. When we realized the truth is one, when we understand ourself, when we are understanding the self, what we will do it, we will come and connect to Swami and we establish Swami in our heart. As long the moment he installed himself as one truth in your heart, then the world look in a different way. It is like a person who has an eyesight, whatever the number it is. The moment if he put his eyes, the eyeglasses, then the world looks differently. Say if you don't have an eyesight, but if you are taking a sunglasses with different colors, and the world looks like in a different color. Likewise, the moment when we realize ourselves, have the God installed in the heart, then the world looks in a different manner. So Swami very clearly telling that the moment we installed himself, understand the self, and understand this whole cosmic sea, and understand the spiritual the uplift with the upliftment, and coming out of this tamas rajas guna, understand his ekatma bhava with eko vashi sarva bhutantaratma, then we can realize that he is only one, who is again the same one is in Jesus, same one is in Tirupati Balaji, same one is in Shirdi Sai, same one is in Anjanatri, or I mean as a he's in the Kishkinda, who's as an Anjaneya or Hanuman, and he is the same in the Shabarimalai or Guruvayur. So this particular understanding is there. At the same time, again, Swami has very clearly told, while you are understanding that he is only one residing in your heart and residing across the things, then you also have to understand that he is the one who is pervading across the universe. Ishavasyamidam Jagat. This is the first line of the Ishavasyopanishad, which means the God pervades entire universe. God is all pervasive. Offer yourself to God. That is the goal of your life. Swami is telling that as long as you experience self as one truth, you establish one truth in your heart, and then you are realizing that, and you are experience that as only one Paramatma is there, and you are experience that one Paramatma in every form and name, you also need to experience in the entire universe, in your society too. Swami is telling that that is the reason the Vyasti and the Samasti. You need to experience the Vyasti, you need to experience the Samasti. Transform self to transform the world. Man So Swami is very clear. What is the difference between the man and God? Vyasti is man and Samasti is God. Man should progress from the state of Vyasti to Samasti. Only then can be he attain the divinity. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. God is present in all beings. To understand this Vedic dictation, one needs to cultivate noble qualities. What are all those noble qualities? We know that all that 9 point code of conduct, whatever we adhere to that 9 point code of conducts, completely we follow the 9 point code of conducts. At least one code of conduct completely you adhere and then experience and practice and experience it. We will come to know that every point which we have mentioned in the 9 point code of conduct, and the one we are talking about, the Vyasti and Samisti, we will experience it. That noble qualities we have to do. And Swami also told that whatever the Samaja Dharma that you are following, along with that, you also need to develop detachment, faith, and love of these. And faith is crucial. For without it is sadhana is an empty rite. It is like empty rituals. Sadhana is not flexible. You need to have a firm faith on that particular form or the formless God that you are thinking and you are established in your heart. You should have a firm faith on that. And if you do the practice with that firm faith only, you will reach your goal. What is that goal? Offer to yourself to the God so that you can experience that God is all pervasive. So it's very clearly Swami said, be content, be grateful, whatever happens, whenever it happens, nothing happen against to his will. So completely firmly have a faith on that particular form. If we look into whatever we discussed now, we discussed the only one God is there. Why we are seeing we have a differences in our mind. If anybody has differences in the mind about the form and names and seeing them as a different, it is because of their past actions, because of sanchita karmas and current prarabdhas. And we should come out, how we have to come over it? We have to ensure that our true self, we have to experience our true self. We have to come out of that rajas tamak, and then we should live in this sattva, and then one day that we also need to go out of that sattva. So the coming out of that, and then we are also need to experience the Vyasti and Samisti. So the Vyasti, once we experience that, and once we improvise our spiritual wisdom, then you will be understanding the overall God is pervading everywhere, and everything is happening on His will. You will able to see His doership. You will able to experience His doership, and you are able to see the doer is doing all the activities and you are just an instrument in all these activities. We have just come, taken this body, and then you are already connected to Swami, and then Swami is doing the actions, and then you are just part of those actions. You are so those are all things that we can experience in a better manner. Then only we will able to see the samisti. And Swami is also told very clearly, it's when you are seeing the God in everywhere means you are have to see the God in all. Realize that God is present everywhere. It is on 16th March discourse. Like how Swami given a nice examples like sweets like gulab jamun, Mysore pak, and jalebi. But sugar in all of them is the same. There may be difference in the names and forms of the people, but the divinity that is immanent in all is same. Various examples he is giving, right? So the different sweets, different types of looking like, as a look wise, it is in different shapes, but it is giving the sweetness. Likewise, whole universe, all in this world, whatever, whoever is look like, who is ever carrying the jiva, might be in different forms, different names, but he is the same. The same divinity is there in all the. So Swami is telling the Atma that is present in you in the form of consciousness is present in all. You cannot say that consciousness is here and not there. It is everywhere. God is omnipresent. Therefore, it is very easy to know God. One person might be thinking, so I'm so wise. I'm a wizard. I'm a gnani. I know everything. But is all that root cause is the work he has done, the understanding of his self, and then he has improvised his spiritual wisdom. He has connected with Swami, established Swami, did complete sadhana, then only he is experiencing his Atma consciousness. The other person has not done that activity. Doesn't mean that he is there is no Atma in him. The Atma is in him. That Atma is also the same Atma what is residing in me. But he has not done the sadhana. He is just he is going through his worldly activities. He is not yet connected to Swami. He is not yet done his sadhana. That is the reason he is not able to understand his consciousness. But you understood about your Atma's consciousness. You understood that your Swami has given very clarity about everyone is the same, only one God is there. So you will experience his the Atma's consciousness, and you will experience that you are part of Swami, and you will also need to understand that everyone is connected to Swami, but they have not realized it. So, which means everyone is the same to you, is the same God is there. So, you have to see the God in everywhere because you realized yourself that God is in you, and you are realized that the whole universe, the God is pervading in across the universe, and He is in all. The objective of all your education is to experience God, who is present everywhere and in every being. That's the main ideal. This is the ideal, should be the goal of this. To attain this ideal should be the goal of our life. So, all whatever that we have learned, starting by taking a role model of Rama, by knowing the devotee journey in Bhagavata Vahini, by knowing the Dharma, by knowing the single one pointedness in Dhyana Vahini, by knowing, understanding about what is what God in Prema Vahini, by developing the character and streamlining the character in Prema Vahini, and coming out of that, and then you are like experiencing the bliss. How to experience the bliss? By establishing the God in Prashanta Vahini. And then we have cleared all the doubts why this universe, how this universe has been created through Sandeha Nivarani. And again, we have got so many questions where what is Bhutakasha, Chittakasha, Chidakasha, all that prashnas has been answered in Prashnottara Vahini. So now you have a realized personality And then coming into the Satya Sai Vahini, basically, after all these Vahinis coming out of that, and understanding the secrecy in this universe, understanding the understanding the identity of our Atma conscious, understanding our identity, by understanding all those things, how we are, we also need to understand saying that only one truth is there. So we are getting into that mode now. If you look into the whole path, and one statement always we should remember, Bhashyartha Gopyamul Palukukuraku, to reveal the secrecy of these scriptures. Avatarinchadu Achyutudu. So the Vahinis, when we are going through the Vahinis, this is how our journey has started. Our learning has started. All that learning is leading towards to understand the self, to understand and establish him in your heart, and experience the God pervading across the universe, and connecting with him, experiencing his consciousness. Ekam Sath Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. That practice has to come. We know, we understood so many things in all these Vahinis. We also understood what is dhyana also. So that is what Swami is telling. Try to experience the oneness in the universe. A Bhagavata, that one who seeks the Atma, is a gopi, he is a devotee. One who seeks food is a papi, is a sinner. Never ever realized yourself, you are not attached to that I factor. Don't become an I specialist. Self, Swami is telling that self is of two kinds. One is the single lettered I, the other is the three lettered I. We discussed, right? Physical I, which is Swami's friend, which stands for the body. The single lettered I refers to the Atma. The three lettered is I related to the three lettered is like Snoop. So the, which is present in all, but whereas I, the three lettered I may not be present in all, but the single lettered I exists equally in all persons, irrespective of whether whatever he is. Whenever several people are called respectively by their names, each of them will respond saying I am, I Mahindra, I somebody, like that. Although their names and forms are different, the I is the same in them, in one and the same. So Swami is very clearly telling that you experience that oneness in the universe. If you are seeking that Atma is in, then only you will become a devotee. So how to experience that? Now we will come into the actions. What is that? So Swami very clearly told to, in the name of Buddha, Swami has told again here. Buddha taught that nirvana could be attained only by cultivating samyak. Buddha went through the Vedas, Buddha went through his own practices, Buddha took his own, bodhigna, he became the gnani. And then he started this. So Swami very clearly told, Buddha taught this nirvana in 5 steps. Samyak drishti, samyak vak, samyak sravanam, samyak bhavam, samyak kriya. Sacred vision, sacred speech, sacred listening, sacred feeling, sacred action. See the world with the vision of truth. All are one. All are essentially divine. Give up multiplicity to attain unity. So the basically to practice all these things, we should have samyak drishti, sacred vision. Whatever we see, whether it is good or not good, you should see in a sacred manner. Meaning, say for example, whatever it is, like a picture that we are seeing, if it is not a picture which you are supposed to see, automatically in your mind it will, the Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi will start or Sai Ram will start. Then you will come out of that particular vision. You will just see, you will try to avoid to see that particular picture. Whenever you are seeing a great form of a god, again the same mantra will start, the Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi or the Sai Ram, whatever the mantra that you have established or whatever the thought process you established, that will come up and then you will see with a sacred vision. Same wise the walk will start, same wise the Sravanam will start. Whatever we are seeing in this world, whatever we are talking to the people, it will be more in a sacred way, so that your walk will not come in a different language or any no other harsh words will not come, and it will be going on. Likewise, you will be starting the Sravanam. Likewise, you are getting the bhava. Likewise, your action will go. So, whenever you do the sacred manner, whatever the action you do, whatever while doing the action, the bhava supposed to be the sacred, the Sravanam supposed to be the sacred, walk will be sacred, and drishti supposed to be that. Then our actions, everything will come into the sacred manner, and then we will be seeing the world in the same way. How you will practice that? Swami very clearly tell in the Chandogya Upanishad, and also Swami explained in the Divine Discourse, 24th August 1996. How you will experience. See, for example, now I will take an example basically. One day, say Mahesh Dheer sir he got a dream where Swami came into the dreams and he said, Bangaru, there is one place in that particular town, in one particular area, there is one place where there are people, those who are suffering. They need some food. Can you please do a Narayana Seva there? This is what he got in a dream. Swami came and told there is a place where you would please do Narayana Seva. Then the person has woke up and he got that particular thing. So in his dream, then he called his convener. Say in the morning is while he is getting preparing for his job, his Samiti convener called him. Hey, so say Mahesh or Mahindra. Hey Mahindra, I got an initiation saying that during the morning prayer, hey, why do you guys, in Samiti point of view, today plan some Narayana Seva? So I'm thinking of Narayana Seva in the next 15 days. I'm looking for a kind of a thing, place. Let us do a common search for such kind of place where we can do Narayana Seva. So he rang up to this particular person, Mahindra, and the convener is asking, well, we'll go for finding a place. Then this guy got a dream from Swami, and then Swami is already mentioned that there is a place. And this Mahindra got surprised. Adding to his surprise, his service coordinator called him in the afternoon. He went to the office. In the afternoon, service coordinator called, "Hey, Mahindra, I got one person who came from so and so place, the same place what his Swami has referred. He came from that place. He's saying that there is some no scarcity of food and all those things. People are in miserable condition. Can we plan something there as part of our organization?" He called in the afternoon. The service coordinator is not connected to convener. Convener connected to Mahindra and told that there is a place. Let us find a place. Swami came into a dream to Mahindra saying that there is one place. Service coordinator called in the afternoon and saying that there is one person called from the same kind of place, and then so these are all things are coming together, but in a different form. All three went into that place, saw that place. They found that yes, we have to do the Narayana Seva here, and they are able to collect everything the requirements, and they went there and they have done a good a Narayana Seva, looking everyone as a Swami. Now what Mahindra is doing, he's seeing everyone as a Swami, because Swami referred that place. Swami told they are all Narayanas, you go and then do the Narayana Seva. So this Mahindra went there and then he will seeing everything. He is in a different world now. He's seeing that place as a sacred place. He's seeing everyone as Swami's representatives. Because he has such kind of experience. He got convener called, service coordinator called, they are all, and convener also have such kind of experience. Hey, in the prayer, I'm asking for a place for a kind of nurse, and Mahesh got same kind of dream, and service coordinator got same kind of reference, meaning Swami. So convener looking, I'm just picking up the names. Okay, office bearer. It might be anybody in the organization. It can be a member. I'm just picking, naming that for a convenient of this discussion. So that convener is also treating everyone as a god. So like Swami. And the same thing is happening for the service coordinator also. And the same thing is happening who came from that place and discussed with uh, you know, service coordinator. And the same is most of them are feeling in that area, whoever is taking in, having benefiting by the all the Narayanas. So meaning everyone experiencing the oneness, everyone thinking of one God. Now think that in that area there are 5 religions are there. 10% of the people follow one religion, 20% of the follow one religion. Like this, it has been distributed. And when you go and then serve all those things, all are done. Everyone is blissful, happy, and they are blessed. These particular 3 people and the members who are joined in the Narayana Seva, all are very happy, experienced the Satchit Ananda and bliss, come back to home. And if you want to put that in one particular word or one sentence, because you saw every different forms of the gods residing in those particular place, in different homes, in different forms of gods are there, but everyone experiencing as was one god. And if you know the Sanskrit, if you are the sage of Vedic era, what you will write? You will write Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasastu Pare Sarvani Rupani Vichitya Dhiraha Namani Kritva Bhivadana. So if Mahindra or Mahesh or somebody name, if these three are sages, think that they are God, the God's inspiration. They heard about God's voice and they have experienced that. They discussed on that. And the word and the sentence will come from the God as the mighty supreme being whose color is like sun. I mean, he is like sun. He might be having different, know himself manifold into different forms. He might be looking in different forms. He might be called by various names. Sarvani Rupani Vichitya Dhiraha Namani Krutva Bhivadana. But what he is Vedahamitam Purusham Mahantam. He is the mighty supreme being. And he looks like a sun. This is what will come in every mind. And they are experienced that. And that is the supreme bliss they experienced. Which means Swami told, you are that. You are that. You are the Divyatma Swarupa. You are the Prematma Swarupa. You are the Prema Swarupa. If we understand that Karana, if we understand that Mula Sutra, if we understand that source, then we can understand everything. Every complexity, whatever that criticality is there in every sloka, everything can be easily can understand. If you installed one particular form, you treated him as a supreme lord, completely connected to him, and you are able to see him in everywhere, you understand everything, and you are seeing him in every form. If I go to Balaji, I will see Satyasai. If I go to Tanjavur Brihadishwaralaya, I will see Satyasai. If I go to Jammu Vaishno Devi Mata, I will see Satyasai. Whatever the form it is a colorful form, but I respond to my Swami, my Paramatma, Sri Satya Sai. If that establishment is done, and I'm seeing in every form the divine form, in everywhere the divine form, that source is understanding, then you can understand everything. That is what told in the Chandogya Upanishad. And Swami told in the 24th August, Eka Karana Vijnanena Sarvakarana Vijnanam Bhavati. When you learn when you learn the source, one particular source of Vidya, then it gives a Sarvakarana Vidya learning. And it has one particular story where sage Uddalaka will tell to Shvetaketu. His son Shvetaketu will become a 12 years boy. And Uddalaka, this is a story in the Upanishad. Okay. The Uddalaka will say, the Shvetaketu, go to the ashrama, learn Vidyas and come back. Then he will go to the ashrama, Veda Vidya, everything he will he will do the Adhyayana, and completely all the Swadhyaya is completed. He learned, he will return as a learned personality. But he has a ego. He don't have a obedience because he learned everything. So Uddalaka understand that he learned every Vidya, but He has not studied, he has not understood the Eka Karana. He didn't understood the one source. He understood the truth, Ekam Sat. So he will tell. He want to come of that. He will ask. He will take a salt. He will put in the water. He will ask, what is this salt? He will put in the water. The salt will merge into the water. Prior to the salt, he will ask to taste the water. After merging the salt, after putting the salt into the water, he will ask to taste the water. He will ask, where is the salt? Salt is disappeared. It is not looking now. I'm not able to see salt. But when you drink the water, are you able to see the salt? Yes, I'm able to experience the saltiness in the water, but it is not visible. Where it is, where it went down. He will take into the tree and then he will show from where this tree has come. From a seed. Where is the seed? No, it is not visible, but the tree is there. He will make a sound of a bell. Then he will ask from where that sound is coming. You don't know because sound is coming. By touching that particular bell with one particular instrument, the sound is coming up. From where the sound is coming? No, I don't know. So the salt, so though you know all Vidyas, these are all the basic thing which is there. So the God is pervading everywhere. He is there in that sound. He is there in that taste. He is there in that mola source. I mean, he is there in that source that is seed. Like how gold come from, uh, how a jewel come from gold, how a clay come, no, and come from the earth. Everything is come under from the earth. So you need to understand what is what. To understand that, we should have the knowledge. That knowledge you have to improvise. How to improvise the knowledge? The knowledge is three types of knowledge: inferential knowledge, intellectual knowledge, experiential knowledge. The inferential knowledge, by hearing the sound, you will understand whether it is coming as cycle or car. Though you are not seeing, though you are not no experiencing it, but you can understand that whether it is a car or a cycle based on the sound. Whereas in an intellectual knowledge is like by looking, it's a bookish knowledge. Through the book, you will be knowing how it looks like, how big it is, how small it is, volume wise, and all this, and taste wise, sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. In all these ways, you will be knowing the knowledge. You will have the knowledge because you read that in the book. Oh, it looks like this. It looks like this. It tastes like this. It gives this kind of smell. It is in this particular shape. It will have this much of thickness. It sounds like this. All such kind of intellectual knowledge we will get from the books. That is the intellectual knowledge. And then you will get experiential knowledge. So as much as you go, that by eating rasagulla, how you will get experience of that sweetness. By doing the sadhana, you will be understanding his only the only one truth is there. And that practice will make you merge into him and then understanding him, coming out of all those things. So that one source we will be identifying it. Though you learn so many books, though you went through all Vedas, daily you do the Vedocharana, though you understand Vedas, each and every line, what is the meaning of each and every Vedas line, though you become a great scholar, but if you don't experience and experience the Paramatma and seeing Paramatma in everywhere, if you are not doing that, all that bookish knowledge will not take you to the Paramatma. You have a great example of the Ravana and a great example of the Rama. Though Ravana is great in Vedas studies, but he has not experienced, he has not implemented. Whereas Rama stood for the dharma and his. So the Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Atma, I am Atma Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, all these Mahavakyas we supposed to experience. That is what Swami is telling. We took an example, Narayana Seva. Same thing we should practice. There are many people did that same transformation. The Valmiki transformation, the Vishwamitra transformation is the same. They have experienced the one alone, the Ekeshwara Tattva. Take an example of Vishwamitra. He's a cruel king. Of course, I cannot call it as a cruel king. He's a king, Kashyapa. Kashpu, who went to Vasishta Ashrama, who went for a hunting to the forest and visited Vasishta Ashrama, saw the Kamadhenu, and then he asked, why you need to have this Kamadhenu in your ashrama? Why don't you give it to my kingdom? Then there is a clash of words. Then there is a big fight. He killed so many many Palakas in the ashrama, and he lost all his army, and he become one, and then he will take a oath saying that I will become the Brahmarshi, and he will do the sadhana like anything. All impediments will come in his sadhana. Kama, Menaka in the form of Menaka, Krodha, Lobha, Moha in the form of Trishanku, Mada Matsara when he is fighting with the all these things he will conquer in his practice in his sadhana. He will come out of all these Arishad Vargas, and he will come out of these Pancha Bhautikas, like coming out of all these Panchakoshas, smell, taste, form, touch, sound. He will come out of all those things, and then he will experience the Ekeshwara Tattva. Then Vasishta himself, in the discussion with that Arundhati, Vasishta himself says that Vishwamitra attained the Brahmarshi Tattva. How? When he reside in your heart, and nothing will go in a wrong. That is what Swami says. Do not become the slave of your senses. Coming out of that senses, then all those things coming out of the senses, then you will realize the Ekeshwara Tattva. You can take an example of the milk, like boil like anything. After boiling of complete the milk, then it will become the curd after integrating with curd particles. In that curd, again you will churn like anything. Then the butter will come. And this is the purest form of milk. Even that white purest form put on flame, you will get ghee, but still you will see the residuals. Still you will see the black particles as residuals. Meaning, after doing so much of churning, boiling in a particular heat, it's completely boiled and then completely churned, then completely put on flame, and again, then also you see the residuals in polluted residuals in the ghee. That is the last part. It is like Arishad Vargas. Though you do so much of sadhana, in the name of Menaka, in the name of Trishanku, in the name of pride and project. So all these things will come. It is going to be very to experience the Ekeshwara Tattva. So Swami very clearly tells all that sadhana you have to do, then you can experience that Ekeshwara Tattva. For all these things, what we have to do? Install him in your heart. Then this transformation will happen. Same thing happened for Valmiki also. So Swami is very clearly telling that God is one. He is the supreme being. He is great. There is none other than greater than God. Realize the truth that God is present everywhere. Only then, no, Swami is very clearly, however, this experience is all pervasive. Listen to Swami's teachings. Put them into practice. This is told by Swami himself. Listen to Swami's teachings. Put them into practice and enjoy the bliss. This is what we discussed. All Vahinis is talking about starting from Ramakatha Rasa Vahini to Satya Sai Vahini. We went through all that journey. If you look into this milk boiling and churning and all those things, this is what we have done, all the transformation. We have to establish himself, the Eka Karana Vijnana. That Eka Karana Vijnana is nothing but establish him in the heart and then completely go through his way of teachings, practice him in every activity. We will have the transformation. We will understand the Ek Mula, the source of the whole universe. We will be understanding that he is the Paramatma, and we will see in everywhere. We will start seeing him. We will start talking like to know, like how we are talking to Swami. We will start talking to the others, and then we will start experiencing him. This is not that easy, but we Swami has given very clear indication saying that follow my teachings, put them into practice, then you will enjoy the bliss. That Ekam Sat you will be able to experience. The Ramayana, Kalparuksha, the Ratnakara who is a no the Ratnakara, the person who is a hunter, became a clear sage, completely merged in Sri Rama. A king became a Brahmarshi. Likewise, the stories has been told this. The whole Brahma is pervading in everywhere. He is only one, that is Paramatma Sri Satya Sai. So what Swami asked is, do I want transformation? And all these upasanas, vidyas, what Swami has given us, Sri Satya Sai Sahitya, Satya Sai Veda Poshana, Sri Satya Sai Seva activities, Sri Satya Sai devotional activities, all the 9-point code of conducts, and then following and then experiencing the Balavikas as Mahila, as Balavikas Gurus, as the Balavikas Gurus. We are, the moment we follow the Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Himsa, the transformation will happen. We experience the Ekam Sat. Though the Vipra says Bahuda Vadanti, we experience Ekam Sat. He is none other than the Paramatma Sri Satya Sai. This is what I experience. This is with my experience I am telling. Always, whenever I see a Narayana picture or Mahashiva picture or any goddess picture, whatever it is, I have only one Paramatma. My Swami will be there in every form. My Swami is there in every happiness. If a song will come also, I see my Swami only. This, of course, may not be in everywhere, but still that practice keep going on. But the form point of view, whether it is Jesus, if I am seeing a crucifixion of the Jesus movie or something like that, that kind of scene, I see Swami. Oh, Swami, how much he blessed Jesus. He has given his own body. So that was my experience. That Ekam Sat, that that particular point is a Swami established one. So with my experience, I'm very firm that I am with the Satyam. That is nothing but Satya Sai Baba, Sai Ram. This is how, and we have to see him everywhere in that. So Satkam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti is what Swami is telling to practice, implement, and experience. Sai Ram. Open for discussion now. Sairam, if anybody has questions, uh, please raise your hand and then we will go over a discussion. Sairam Ravindra sir, please sir.
Sairam sir, I joined late because of some office work. I came late. I missed out that some of the slides before developing spiritual oneness, sir.
Yes
If we
sir.
can just, revise that briefly, I'll be grateful to you, Sairam.
We will go ahead sir. After if any questions are there in the existing current things, and then we will go ahead on that sir. Is that okay sir?
Fine, sir. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, Sairam. Thank you Ravindra sir. Sairam sister Sai Priyamajan.
Sairam, brother, thank you for the session. I have a question. You actually mentioned this line under Ishavasya Midam Jagat.
Yeah.
You were talking about how we have to think that everything that we are doing, it is happening through us. So we are not the doer, right? We have to
Yeah.
see that all the activities are happening through us.
Yes.
So in a different context, different setting, we have also read in Swami's books and otherwise also that Atma is not the doer.
Yeah.
Atma is like a witness, it is not associated with any activity. So, if Atma is not the doer and we are also not the doer, then who is the doer?
See, there are two things. One is Paramatma is the doer. Number two, the Atma associated with Jiva, right? Here we
Yes,
are pure Atma, but at the same
yes,
time we are associated with Jiva. This
yes.
Jiva is associated with his Sanchita Karma and current Prarabdha. Of course, the Prarabdha is through this Deha we are experiencing it, right? So this is
Okay.
one particular part. Now we'll say whatever the actions, the doer is Paramatma is the doer, but what the jiva is doing an action when he is with his mind, with his act, no sanchita karmas, with his will. If he is doing that action, the doer is helping them to do the things.
Sorry, who is
Manava
helping?
prayatna
The
is very much is required. Manava
yes.
prayatna is very much required.
So you said Jiva is doing, I mean, the Sanchita karma and all our karma is associated with the Jiva,
Correct.
and the Paramatma, the supreme, the the Atma that is all powerful, not limited like the Jivatma. The Paramatma is the doer, actual doer, is it?
Obviously, but
Okay.
but the prerana, the inspiration, this has to be initiation, has to be done from this jivatma. Then the paramatma will help like anything. Say for example, I will take one small example now.
Yes,
A
please.
girl who I know very clearly. Okay, let me tell the truth. My daughter.
Okay.
Okay. In the month of March, somehow she got a great will. We are not aware of anything. She got a great will saying that I want to be a volunteer of this global international, I mean, global, international young adults program,
Okay.
whatever is happening today. And she connected with some of the international youth associations, and then she tried to do the registration. Seems
Okay.
like she is a second. So they have rejected, saying that
Okay.
you are not eligible because you are residing in India. So this is a
Okay.
story has come all came in yesterday's after we realized. Okay, this is the
Okay.
story started like this. Okay, the one person, one devotee, the young devotee want to register one particular program, and she
Okay.
had got rejected because she is not eligible for that particular technically eligible, not
Right. Right.
technically
Right.
not eligible. So she has
Yes.
done that initiation. She has that great will.
Right.
Okay, and then the story goes like this. And then one of the friend of that family from USA call this man, hey, my daughter is coming to Puttaparthi. She will come to your home and morning she will go.
Okay.
Let us know. So I'll receive a call. So we'll go. Then this young adult, my daughter, will go and receive from airport and pick up her and then come back to the pick up. Till that time, there is no plan to go to Puttaparthi.
Okay.
And then while she is coming on that particular day, she will express saying that, can I go to Puttaparthi? Can I join just like a but no like a as a spectator?
Okay.
And then she will come, and then they will both know what has happened. I'm telling this is the truth has happened. Yesterday we get into the tears actually. So my daughter went, and it is forget about whether whose daughter it is, but the kind of will see the person. So
Sure.
she received the friend, both came into home and had a good time on the 10th night and had some good bhajans. They both shared, she expressed her feelings, and she is a citizen of USA. So both went to Puttaparthi morning in 11th. The moment at 10 o'clock she reached, and after taking the room and all those things, she started her work, office work from home as an intern. Then she will receive the call from the team who rejected her.
Okay.
Same team will call her saying that, hey, where are you? Are you willing to come to Puttaparthi for 3 days of volunteer as a joining as a volunteer with us? They are not aware that she is
She's already
already
there.
in Parthi.
Yes. Okay.
And then
Very
she
nice.
responds saying that I came to Puttaparthi.
Hmm.
Is it okay for 3 days? But
Hmm.
she is only available for 2 days. But
Hmm.
again, she will get a kind of a confirmation from the office, and then she's getting the 3 days, and then she joins, and now she is doing a volunteer job at Sai Hira. Who has
Very
done
good.
all these activities?
Hmm.
Only one initiation.
Yes.
One initiation happened in March that
So
somehow liked by that
desire
Supreme
has
Lord.
come from Jivatma, you think?
Yes, it has
Okay.
come from Jivatma, and somehow it is fetched very strongly to that Paramatma.
Hmm.
And he made that all story happened. Tak, tak, tak.
Right.
This Jivatma is not aware. The whoever is associated with him is not aware. All drama happened. At last, this Jivatma is in Parthi, and the action has been done.
Sir, I read in one of the Gita series talks that sometimes desire also comes from God. I mean, it is put in your mind by God.
When he loves that
Hmm.
much,
Yeah.
basically because of your commitment. See, understand at the end what Swami has told: understand self, develop the spiritual wisdom, understand this. These are all things. is all happens only one eka karana matrena. That karana is understand he, no, love him, have a firm faith,
Hmm.
establish him in your heart, treat him as your supreme Lord. That's it. The
Okay.
rest he will take care.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that story, Sairam brother. Sairam.
Sairam, Sairam. Sairam, anybody has questions? See, we are all so blissful. We are with directly with Paramatma. And we experienced a lot of stories like this. We heard, we experienced.
Hmm.
Sairam, any questions? Sairam, sir. Yes, sir. Ravindra, sir. I'm going for the same concept actually. Yes, sir. Put your
Yeah.
question, sir, please.
This
Yeah.
we develop the spiritual oneness, Sairam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we see Swami in everyone. So, what if there is no such reaction from others? In the sense, how are we to you know
Yes.
respond? In the
Yeah. Yeah.
sense, there is no equivalent reaction like that.
Reactions,
He loves,
basically.
but there is
Yeah.
again a reaction which is different. Say, for example, in practical life, you're going on the road. Okay, we
Yes,
face
sir.
road rage issues. Okay, we will see Swami in them, but that fellow is menacingly advancing towards us, with an intention which is not so very peaceful. In such situations. So, how do we generally uh, kind of manage these things? We have the spiritual oneness. We know Swami is in him. Yeah. So there is a confusion now. Like, how do you normally manage these things? Say,
Basic, sir.
yeah,
So on this situation, sir, basically,
uh,
one is manageable situation. The
yeah,
second one is in completely not manageable situation, right? There are two things. The manageable situation, what I'm talking about, manageable situations where we can respond like how we, Swami responds. We will respond like he, Swami is in me, and then we respond in that way, saying that sorry if it isn't like, and we will try to avoid basically and convince him. And if he's not convincing, then we will try to accept and then go. If it is not accept also, we will try to avoid that. One is not manageable situation where the large, like a mob lynching is happening. We need to come out of that particular area or a particular. So Swami says wherever the bad things are happening, you should run like as if the great fire is happening there or earthquake is happening. How you will run out of that situation? In that way you should be run out of that situation, because it is not the place where to maintain the situation, where it is not a manageable situation. You should come out of that particular area. Same way, it is the same thing. It is develop spiritual oneness means neither I have a miracle to do a miracle saying that to the good happens, or nor I have situations to convince. So I will come out of that. There is no harm in that, basically. Number two, when you are in a manageable situation, as much as love you show, that will get responded. If it is not responded, also, it is a test for us, and then we will be coming out of that situation. We will go out of that situation with calmness. It's a practice. Basically, it is a practice. I took numerous examples previously with my own experiences also, because that particular situation, because of past actions and our prarabdha, how much that we have done the cleansing of our mind and thoughts, based on that, our mind will react. If, as I took an example of this butter and the ghee, if still, even after all these kind of churnings, still residuals are there. Meaning, my mind, if it is my mind, though it is like a milk, though it is mixed with water, mixed with so much of pollutions in the world, it has been boiled, but still it is become curd, like Chandrama Manaso Jataha. Then it has been churned. After churned, there is a butter has come. So now I am in a very sattvic mode. Even that sattvic mode is also put on flame. Then still I have a pollution in the name of the black identity or brownish particles came after becoming the ghee. Meaning that ego, the kama, krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, or the smell, taste, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, is still that attachment is there with these five elements and that six arishad varga. So the cleansing is not completely done, not done, and still I have a sanchita karmas. I start responding to him. I start seeing something different than the Brahman in the opposite person. That is the reason I start responding in a different way. I start seeing him in a different way. Think that there is an Avadhuta in my place or in your place. Say there is an Adi Shankara, or say there is an Avadhuta, some name, you take it, some Avadhuta, some Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is there. What that guy will respond to him, what this other, now what the Ramakrishna will respond to him, it will be different, completely different, because he know that this guy is a realized soul. So he will not come into a different tone. Likewise, the Avadhuta also in the same way. Because he has done all that cleansingness, he recognized this Avadhuta seeing him as a Brahman, and that normal man, though he is a Brahman, in the name of, but associated with all these things, and he is identifying him as Brahman only. Because he is able to understand his realized soul. Since that cleansing is not done, we are looking as a common person and we are also responding him because I have not done my cleansing nights properly. I am seeing him differently. Likewise, he is also looking at me in a different way. So we need to try it. Since I am in that practicing of understanding myself, I need to come out of that particular area, or I need to convince, I need to practice the ones whatever that knowledge that I have acquired in this three and experience that and come out of that. This is what the only action need to be done, sir, as per
Yeah,
Swami's
mostly
teachings.
happening, typically in our professional work also,
Yeah.
when such manageable things come. Say, for example, what I am facing is there is a export consignment. Okay, held up because it export consignment which is perishable. Okay,
Okay.
held up. or corrupt practices of say customs. Okay, I'm unable to export it because this fellow holds it up fully well knowing that it's a perishable item, and he won't allow export. Still, that fellow needs to be paid a bribe. Okay, such a thing. Now the question comes: you should not bribe him. Now the problem is these fellows extort. Okay, they fully know that unless the
Mhm.
export happen, I mean, if it doesn't go, the consignment will
Then it
increase.
will be perishable, then it cannot be done.
Yeah,
Export cannot be
yeah.
done.
So it's an
Mhm.
unmanageable situation. So in such a situation, what you are suggesting is that we better come out of such a business. Is it not? That is what makes it very impractical when we apply concepts. So that is the confusion what we have.
No, it is
So we
not
have to.
applying the concept, sir. It is more like a is applying of our and no
Yeah.
expressing ourselves in such a way. Basically, it is, see, if in that situation where we he need to accept your argument, basically, or you can say your request to accept, and then these things, there should be a kind of no conflict of dharma, basically, right? When there is a conflict of dharma, whoever is strong there, that will get win, basically, as per the law of karma. Very simple.
Oh,
It's very clear in that situations. Whichever the vibe is very strongly is standing there, that will win. Unless there is a God's kripa, Daiva kripa. If we have our Atma Dharma very clearly, we maintain our Atma Dharma, and then very clearly we urge for Daiva kripa, definitely the Daiva kripa will help. That's based on the situation, basically, the how best that it is going on. Again, it is associated with the law of karma, but the Atma Dharma is so strong, then Daiva Krupa will be there, and definitely the law of karma will happen, and that particular situation will happen. It is a more like a kind of no, as long as we find faults in our practices, then it is very difficult to fight with the adharma. We should have a firm faith very clearly and going on. If that is going waste also, if I am getting a kind of a memos, or I'm getting this no, still you stood for your dharma. Very clear, you stood for your dharma. Based on that only, the next level of course of action will go.
okay.
It will be the same case in my area also, in my job also, it is the same thing will happen.
Right, sir. Saira.
Sairam, Sairam. Sairam, anyone has questions?
Sairam sir, may I ask a
Sairam, Sairam.
question?
Yes, sister.
Aarti here. Aarti.
Yes, sister.
Sir, sometimes when we are on the spiritual path, okay, sometimes the people around us, they are not able to understand our journey, okay, and while we act in a particular fashion, they may, supposing they are people, say supposing like our parents, they may want us to do something a little differently, and then there is a conflict because you love them also and dharmically also, so in that situation, or they may not be able to understand your sadhana. So in that situation, sir, what is the best thing to do without being disrespectful or less loving, or whatever, or say, I will do this, stubborn in your approach?
That's how we maintain ourselves, sister. Basically, see, for example, I am sitting with my childhood friends. See, they have all called for an alumni. I went there and sat with them during my plus one, plus two guys who are not part of the any of these spiritual organizations, and I'm sitting with them. If it is a basic level of sitting and then discussing with the things and all those things, though I maintained all my, so I need to maintain same sanctity when I'm discussing with them. Whatever the topic, whatever it is, a political topic or it is anything that's, or whatever the food and whatever they are doing, I have to maintain the same sanctity, be there like a water no, like water drop on a lotus leaf, and be not attached to them as a self, but you maintain the same kind of relationship that is like, with a detachment. Number two, if that is going in a different direction, the bad habits has exhibited there. Say for example, some alcoholic group as happening or something it is happening, you should come out of that very clearly, saying that because your tattva, your consciousness is not accepting. At the same time, it is not the place to maintain or to test your consciousness. There is no need. So have a nice talk and then come out of that. You guys enjoy this
Sir,
particular situation.
sir, I'm talking about when they are your very close family members, and also when it is a question of a parent-child relationship, sir. Most, that is the one relationship which is full of sanctity, and so I'm talking in that situation where your spiritual levels or your spiritual sadhana is different, and maybe family is not able to relate with that. No outsiders here.
Anybody, whoever it is, we are in a
Mm,
biological relationship only. I might be a
mm,
father of my daughter for the
mm,
world, but I am a biological father only. The
mm.
eternal father is Sri Satya Sai. I'm a biological father only. I can
Okay.
give any kind of responsibility to her, anything that I can talk about within my organization limits, within my mindset, within the heart, what is I'm associated with my Swami only.
Mm,
I can give you a path, I can show the path, I can talk. They can also comment on my sadhana, saying that you are doing, see, this kind of a way. How can you talk like this? How can this? All these things will be happening in this world, in this family. But as long as you are pure, I mean, completely with firm faith, you are connected with the Swami, then he will be guiding. He will be giving the. Just a biological relationship only. It is nothing more than that.
okay, sir. Sir, and if you know something is good for your child, you are trying to guide them, but they are not ready to receive it, sir. What will you do in that situation?
It's a course of action. We can't do anything. We have to give as much as examples to them, and it is our duty, and we have done our dharma.
Mm,
Receiving, implementing is that particular jivatma, that particular way, how she has been. That is the reason to get a transformation or to listen to that kind of words. She has taken, she or he took birth in our family.
mm.
And some transformation happens and some other day, may not be now. But this has to be whatever we have to tell, that we have to tell. Today's
Oh,
today's talk might be useful after 5 years or 6 years. It might be. We all experienced with that. Whatever we heard in 7th class studies, it might be helpful in 10th class exams. Whatever the
Yes, sir.
bhajan we have, practiced in one of the, after so many years, one particular occasion may help to show your bhava shuddhi and chitta shuddhi with that bhajan, and that opportunity might have come. So all these things are time bounded.
Yes, sir. I understand. Okay. Thank you so much for the
Sairam,
very, very nice presentation. Thank you, sir. Sai Ram.
Sairam, Sairam. Sir Mahesh sir, just kind of just reiterating why we discussed about the question and answer session about Vedam and Vedanta. I hope the example what we have taken, sir, currently about the Narayana Seva example, hope that gives some kind of a clarity about how the Vedas and the sages uh, took Swami's instructions as a Saddha Brahma and then they have written. Will it be okay, sir? That particular example. So the Vedas are directly from God, not written by sages, whereas they went into the higher state and they have listened the Shabda Brahma, and they have everyone, the group, the sages, whoever went to that higher state, had listened the same, experienced the same, discussed the same, and came as a scripture uh, in the name of 4 Vedas. And the Upanishads, the examples, all are came in that way only, which has been tested by the Dharma Shastras, and then it has been proved, and it is from the God. Sairam. Thank you very much for joining this session. Uh, thanks to Swami for giving this opportunity to go through this content and learning about this content along with you all. Sairam. Thank you. We will continue the Vahini Sudhamrita with next session in Satisai Vahini. Sairam. We will conclude. Sairam. We will conclude with the 3 Asatoma and then Jaikar to Swami. Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय
Jai.
Jai Sai Ram.
Jai. Thank you,
जय
sir.
साई राम
Jai
जय
Ram.
राम
Jai Sai
Thank
Ram.
you, sir. Sai Ram.
साई राम थैंक यू
Sai Ram.
साई राम एवरीवन एंडिंग द मीटिंग